everyone. I decided to do this video because in Nigeria, they are fond of gaslighting us. All the time, they gaslight us. Things happen, and before you know what's happening, they begin to change the narrative. People are hungry. People have been hungry. People are dying. People have been dying of hunger. People have been coming out to give their families grasses to eat. And people decided to protest. Citizens decided to protest as is constitutionally allowed for them to do. And they did it within the ambit of the law. And what did Tinubu do? Tinubu, the illegitimate president of Nigeria, who rigged his way into office. He wasn't given the mandate of the people. This is someone also that has always protested and ended up rigging his way into office. He decided to keep protesters. He decided to keep protesters who came out to say that they are hungry. And instead of finding solutions to their problems, he decided to end their lives. As of this moment, today is the 2nd of August, 2024, and it's 1 minute after 11 a.m. About 20 people have been killed. 6 killed in Niger, 4 killed in Borno, another 4 killed in Kano, 3 killed in Kaduna, 2 killed in Jigawa, and 1 killed in Kebbi. This is the report that is on ground right now. Imagine what it is for people who ordinarily do not come out to protest, for people who will go on about their business, who will not even know that, okay, they even have a right to come on the streets and make demands. Imagine those people coming out and making demands. And what do they get? Death. Death by someone who himself had been on the street several times. Death by someone who claimed he was standing and fighting for the right of Nigerians. Death by someone who rigged his way into office. If you ever fought for the rights of Nigeria, if you ever wanted what was good for Nigeria, there is no way that you're going to allow people who came out on the streets to protest. You won't allow them to be killed. Before the election, we saw how the illegitimate government, Tinubu's illegitimate government, how they threatened protesters, how they promised there was going to be violence and all of that. And indeed, there was violence. The violence that they instigated, the violence that they started, the violence that they put in place. Citizens were protesting peacefully and unprovoked. The Nigerian police, under Tinubu, the illegitimate president of Nigeria, decided that they were going to kill people, decided they were going to start shooting tear gas. These are the same people who every time are being killed by terrorists and yet they do nothing. These are the same people who every time they're being killed by bandits, yet they do nothing. The same Nigerian police again and again and again have been killed by kidnappers, they do nothing. These Nigerian police, again and again and again, Nigerian policemen and women killed by unknown gunmen, they do nothing. But when it comes to citizens who do not carry arms against the country, citizens who do not carry arms against the state, they are the ones that they come after. For how long is this going to continue? Generations upon generations, they put them down. When they come up and stand up to make demands. For the people who came out on the street, they didn't even believe that there is a president. There's no president. Nigeria is on the free fall. Nigeria is like a criminal enterprise being headed by someone who has been found to be involved in drug trafficking. Someone who forged his result. Someone who told the world that he came out of a school. He started the school even before the school started. That's a person who has decided that lives mean nothing and that he will kill and kill and kill. And he has shown that yes, he will kill. Nigerians are crying. Nigerians are going through so much. But the ones who have come out to protest are the ones who are saying to you, we believe in you and we want you to do something. But guess what? There are some that will not even bother coming to him. And those are the ones that have carried arms against the country. And usually what happens in Nigeria is that those who carry arms against the country are the ones whom the country will negotiate with. We sat down and saw how protesters were being threatened all over the country. From the likes of Atsari Dokubo that should be spending his life in jail, coming out to tell citizens that they will see water when he don't become the water. His whole life, he no sit down look mirror, his whole life no be water. But yet he threatened citizens, and the state has not done anything. The security agencies haven't done anything. They look away. We've also seen in Lagos State, people coming out, thugs, working in the market and threatening citizens and telling citizens that they should dare not come out for the protest. And guess what? Nigerian citizens came out because they had gotten to a place where they feel enough is enough. You don't push a man to the wall and tell the man not to react. And that's what we've seen. All of this going on, the security agencies that we have, they have forgotten that their allegiance is to the Constitution and the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Their allegiance is to the people of Nigeria and not to whoever occupies the office of the president, even an illegitimate president, and neither the ruling party, even the one that is ruling illegally. Our security agencies have taken sides with the dictators, with the tyrants, with the wannabe dictators. They have forgotten that they also are citizens. And whatever it is that affects us will also affect them. They have forgotten that they go to the market and buy things expensive, and there's nowhere they're going to get it cheaper because they're security agents. They have forgotten that their children go to schools also, and where they do not get good quality education. And if they have to put them in private schools, they also have to pay. They have forgotten that they pay the same transport fare with every other person. And they have forgotten that when they're killed by those who have taken arms against the country, by terrorists, by bandits, by kidnappers, by unknown gunmen and the rest of it, the police doesn't care about their families. They do nothing. They throw their wives and children or their husbands and children out of the barrack. And even for their families to get the gratuity, they compromise them. Some will say they have to sleep with their wives, with the widows they left behind, or their daughters. So the next time they send you out to kill protesters, think about it. And let me remind every one of us that we all are victims waiting to happen. It is Turn by Turn Nigeria Limited. In Nigeria, being a victim is no longer a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Yesterday's victims were once survivors. Today's victims were yesterday's survivors. And tomorrow's victims would be today's survivors. The question I ask you, and I want you to think deep before you answer this question, and that question is, who is next?